Okay, this video is from this book right here, The Underground Guide to Study Skills by me, Pete Rogers. And this is called The Three Phases of Learning by Alfred North Whitehead. So the first phase is the romance. So when you first are introduced to a subject, you see the highlights. It's exciting, it's fun, this new wonderful thing, and you start to dream of all the good things you can do if you master that subject. And you get this sense of tremendous unlimited potential, but then you hit the long grind and it's relatively flat and kind of tedious, learning the nuts and bolts of the field, a lot of the dry jargon and whatnot, and you hit a plateau. And this is where most people give up. You also often run into weed out classes and other things almost designed to discourage you. And this is why, like when I teach students, and I've had a lot of students go from, bottom of the class to near the top of the class, failing boards, passing boards, because there's a mental issue involved in becoming a great student. You have to have some inner drive or motivation that just pushes you through everything and keeps you going. Like I said, I sort of made a promise to myself, to my mother, to God, I would be the best student I could be, that I would give it every drop of energy that I had. Other things can motivate you as an individual. To me, biochemistry was the language of God that he uses to write the book of life. Whatever it takes to get yourself psyched up, you want to do that, because the more emotionally you are engaged with that subject, the better you will do in the class. So like I've had students tell me, and it's usually the students aren't doing so well. They're like, well, why do you talk about all this motivation stuff? I've seen the A students, they don't do this. And what I'm telling you, I'm talking about competing where everybody in the room is 99.5% or higher, okay? How do you dominate groups like that? You have to have this philosophical, emotional commitment to the subject that just puts you above them, okay? And gets all your energy focused on it. Look at anybody who becomes really good. If you played sports, you'll have seen there'll be some guy comes along and he has intense determination and he just improves faster than everybody else. So that's what you want to connect to your working. For example, when I would rotate through the different clinical rotations, I would just say to myself, someday I might go into this field. I'm doing OB-GYN. Okay, well someday I might go into OB-GYN. I do peds. Someday I might go into peds. I do whatever it is, general surgery. Maybe I'll be a general surgeon. And saying to yourself, keeping open-minded that I might go into this for a career, it makes you pay attention more and you learn the material faster, okay? So you need good motivation to push you through the dry technical plateau phase. And also you need to get all the BS out of your life. I didn't like being lonely at Stanford or in med school where, I didn't have a girlfriend at Stanford for 4 years. I mean, it's just the women, 9 out of 10 California girls are pretty, 10th one goes to Stanford, okay? So I didn't like that. Same thing, medical school was kind of lonely too. It was in a real bad neighborhood. There were no parties. I briefly got together with some old high school girlfriends, but still, it was a lonely time, most of it. So what I'm trying to say is, but being a little lonely, having a simplified life, it gives you more time to study. So you want to get all the nonsense out of your life. You don't want to ever drink alcohol, not one drop. You don't ever want MJ, not one puff. You don't want to be doing things that average people do. No TV, not for 1 minute. Just avoid all that stupid stuff. If you're in a car, you're listening to an audiobook, okay? Never listening to beat music or anything else. Let all the stupid regular people do that kind of stuff. Your job is to develop your mind. Okay, then the third phase is when you start accelerating your learning again. You have generalized expertise. You start getting more hands-on practical experience. You start reading more into the literature, reading the adjacent fields, and now you can rapidly develop and become an expert, and as expert as you want, and then that's a lot of fun. But you have to sort of pay your dues through that long grind second phase. So hope that's helpful.